Hello collective and chosen ones, welcome to my channel. It's been a little while since I've done any readings, and that's because for the past few weeks I started to revisit the teachings of quantum consciousness and living in a world of abundance and freedom. I started this teaching or studying this a while back, at least 10 years ago. But I left it alone as I thought that this teaching did not work for me. And that's because for a while I was still not getting fully the concept of consciousness and how we are already beings having this infinite possibilities already created. If you're serious about exiting the current 3D world of limitations, I highly recommend subscribing to the following YouTube channels where they fully teach us about infinite power, focusing and understanding why things have not worked out or manifested. These channels have reopened the doorway for me to receive unlimited abundance, and please listen to some of these readings over and over again until it clicks, and watch your transformation or shift happening in a very short period of time. So these channels are Quantum Shift, Mark Haughton, and his family name is Haughton, Neville Goddard Teachings, and Cosmic Wealth. Mark Haughton is a master manifestor. He understands what humans are and not who we are. We are beings. We have infinite power that's connected to the higher power of consciousness and the divine. He explains in layman's terms that there is two of you at the same time in your head every day. You're constantly split down in the middle between your spirit, which is your higher self, and the other one is your ego. Both of them are constantly streaming information to you all the time. So the higher self already knows that you have everything created. This is also your intuition that can see and know everything, the infinite possibilities that already exist. It already knows the outcome. When you know something, it is already in existence, not just in the physical form. On the other hand, the ego knows very limited things. The ego knows that you don't have it. You cannot see it, the outcome. The ego cannot see the outcome. And the outcome hasn't come out yet. So therefore, the ego does not believe it until it actually comes out in the physical form. So the ego can only see what's manifested in the physical realm, whilst the higher self can see the entire consciousness of unlimited possibilities and outcomes. So obviously, the physical realm, we can see the manifestation, but that's just in the limited format where we can see them. The higher self is the one chilling on the background and knows that this is already a wrap and everything is already done. This is what Mark Haughton says. It just hasn't manifested yet in the physical form. It's just waiting for you to realize and awaken to the fact that it is already done. So it's saying to the ego, just keep quiet and follow my lead. Stop sabotaging yourself by doing too much and putting yourself in resistance mode. Stop asking when it's going to happen and why it hasn't happened yet. Stop listening to the ego that cannot create anything, but is just a talker, and it goes around everywhere daily and constantly and not creating. So your higher self is the only source. Now the problem lies with most people is because you cannot see it yet. This then causes you to going back to spiraling back into detachment. The mindset that I will believe when I see it. Until then, you will keep questioning yourself or questioning why. What you don't realize is that you're perpetually delaying the process. This is called the emotional attachment cycle, cycling back, going around like a loop. You have no idea why. The more you keep doing the work, the more nothing comes of it or has been delayed. This is because your subconscious mind has been fed the wrong information by the ego. It has not seen the physical evidence yet, therefore it is not happening. This frequency of lack is mirrored back to you from the field, creating this vicious cycle. It's not really your fault. It's just we've been programmed by the matrix to keep thinking that the 3D is all it is, and there's no other way. Little do we realize it's all hidden. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. So understand that you're in a multiverse or consciousness with infinite versions of frequency. Everything is about frequency or the energy. Everything is already created in a multiple versions of frequency or energy. Everything that we manifest has already happened in the multiverse. However, we don't see it yet. We may not see all the manifestations in the physical world. You have two choices from the types of frequency or states. The first one is scarcity. Second one is abundance. At every given moment, you can only be in one state, not both. It's not possible to manifest and achieve abundance, but deep down you feel the lack of wealth or in the scarcity mindset. The frequency is in desperation and the need to make it happen. You keep asking the ego, why is it not happening? And the ego keeps feeding back, no, it's not going to happen. We can't see it yet. So you're either in the frequency of abundance or the frequency of scarcity. There is no halfway point. So meaning something good is happening to you and you're feeling that life is going well, but at the same time, something else in your life is not going well. So therefore, you're in the scarcity frequency. The multiverse or the field responds to your frequency that is dominant in your mind. So an example is you've made a wish. I want to quit my job. So I've been working so hard at it, saving my money, doing this and doing that. But at the same time, Something else on the background is playing in your mind. Your relationships with others. So therefore, you're in the scarcity mindset. You're not halfway there. You're actually not there. Not there yet. The only way you're going to change this is to be okay after you've made your desire or manifested something in choosing the option of abundance, whilst the external world, knowing that there will still be times where you feel not so good. But as long as you just leave that alone, and I will go into how you're going to be able to get over those kind of feelings. So pay attention to your current internal state of mind or feelings. When you feel sad, broke, stressed, worried, fearful, impatient, distracted, or reactive, you're still in the scarcity frequency, even though you've made your manifestation. The field will keep mirroring the same experience back to you until you start choosing a new version that is vibrating in abundance or high level. Your attachment to the outcome of achieving your goals will cause further delays. However, if you continue to feel calm, nonchalant, and non-reactive, knowing that despite the current outer experiences and not seeing the results yet, you remain in the frequency of abundance. You know that you have already got what you want. It is done. And the field is waiting for you to feel the frequency. And the outer world will soon catch up. So find the new version of you that exists right now and embodies a high frequency of abundance. This is alignment when the breakthrough is birthed. Repetition is the key to getting there. So when you're manifesting from the mind, your job is to really know it's already done. Your job is not to keep checking. It's already here. Realize and feel it. Feel that you have already manifested it. And then go about your day. And even though you physically haven't received it yet, know that your wish has been created and feel the moment. And internally, you're broadcasting the same frequency, which is congruent or in alignment to each other. You also live in the space of already there, with no reaction, no waiting, no begging, no chasing, no wanting it, not emotionally attached, letting it play out, not hoping, not wishing, and with just detachment, pure detachment. And if needed be, delete this dialogue from now on. Delete these words, I hope, I wish, I am waiting. No longer will you need to do that, because the field is waiting for you to come to the realization that you have already got it. So detachment equals outcome, and attachment equals delay. Once you're in the frequency of detachment, this will become aligned with the field, and the field will have no choice but to collapse this energy and create the manifestation in the physical realm. I can tell you this has worked for me now that I have adopted this realization, or understand this realization, not adopted. That's not the right word. It's like a wake-up call. All of a sudden, I got it. It clicked. We have already got everything we need. But because we have been asking and wanting and waiting and working hard towards it, it's pushing us further and further away. And the field just has no choice but to respond the same energy. Therefore, you could have spent many years, or like I did, I spent many years waiting for that money to come back to me after that scam that I had. And only to let that go and forget about it, and all of a sudden I got that check. Recently, I also reversed something that was in my mind. At that time, I was a little bit stressed out. A few weeks ago, I had this headache just on the right side of my temple. It just kept pushing and pushing, and it's like somebody tapping very hard at it. And this happened for a whole week. All of a sudden, I just feel this tap on the right tempo, and it was starting to hurt me. And this has never happened before. So I adopted quantum physics and manifestation and the observer effect, which I haven't spoken about. But in the hidden message, we all have to observe and pay attention to how we're feeling. So the observer effect is how you're going to shift your inner alignment or inner energy or frequency. And all of a sudden, when I was observing the pain, I also manifested a life of health. And this is what I embody. The field just collapsed the pain, and all of a sudden the pain stopped. Just not even a minute. So this is the power of the manifestation that I created. And this is not it. There's also so many other manifestations I've created since I started going back to how quantum consciousness works. It's time to fully wake up to the realization of what we are and not who we are. What we are is alignment, infinite possibilities, and the power to create anything we want. Now, I really suggest going back to the videos that I suggested before coming back to these videos again. It's because I will have a lot of more examples of what has happened to me that created the shift. Once this works, you're going to heal instantly or within a very short period of time, things that you've started to work on for many, many years and have not been successful. People call it miracles, but all it is just that you are working with consciousness and the divine to make this happen, realizing who you are, what you are. If you find this content useful, please consider liking the posts and subscribing and hit the bell notification to receive new posts. I will be doing less of the oracle readings. It's because I'm focusing now on how we are going to master this. Readings are just a little part of giving you where you're at, but the ultimate reality is to get out of this matrix and into from the limited world we have to infinite possibilities. So I welcome your feedback as well, and thank you so much if you're still here, and I appreciate it so very much. See you in the next video. Bye for now.